Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I
It's
love
boy
it.
Preston, Fat Samurai Guy, back again and hanging out with me in the movie dojo. We got Bjorn. Hey, I said it right. I said it right this time.
Hello.
We got directors, writers, filmmakers, Bjorn in the house, and we got Johnny in the house. Welcome to the show, brother.
Hey man, thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us, mate.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, you know, I had to reach out to my buddy James Kermack. Shout out to that guy.
Yeah.
Had him on the show a couple of years ago. We were talking Knuckle Dust, baby. Oh yeah, we had some fun talking about his movie with that. But he was involved with this project, Salvable, which we're going to get to. But man, before we jump right into Salvable, how did you guys get into the industry? And motivations, inspirations. We start with you, Johnny.
Oh geez, you know what we started 10, 11 years ago. Bjorn and I are best friends. We met when we were like 20, 21. We started a band together and just like moved into making movies together. And yeah, we kind of started out just making like live music videos, like one take live music videos, because we you know, that was kind of the transition from band to movies, and we thought let's do it through music, and that was kind of our way into the industry. And yeah,
what kind of music was it? Was it death metal?
It wasn't death metal. No. Oh, it's just like acoustic singer-songwriter stuff. It was the
nice.
It was the stuff we were kind of into as musicians and stuff we played as a band together. So we kind of just found a load of artists we loved to listen to and wanted to work with, and approached them. And the next minute we're shooting kind of, you know, live music videos for them. And yeah, we kind of had a blast doing it.
How cool. Bjorn.
Hey, mate.
Yeah, inspirations, motivations. Besides what Johnny just said, do you have anything to add to that?
Well, yeah. To be honest, we have always been storytellers. Like Johnny said, we were in a band, and we were always trying to find a medium to tell stories. And at that time in our life, it was performing through music. And then we found our way into, like Johnny said, you know, holding a camera and doing all that stuff. But kind of goes way back before that, before we even met each other. When we were younger, Johnny used to make little VHS, I guess, like recreations of camcorder recreations of films with his brother and friends.
Nice.
And recreating versions of Karate Kid and whatever else you can think of. And for me, it's so funny. My version of that was I used to watch things like Home Alone.
Nice.
When I was younger, I didn't understand about writing scripts, so I didn't know what that was. But I used to watch things like Home Alone, pause it, write the dialogue, play, pause, and just try and write the whole thing. But not because I was trying to be a writer. It was more so I could memorize the lines.
Okay.
Basically, why I'm saying this is it all feeds into getting to a place in our adult life where we really wanted to make movies. We wanted to make films. It was in us for a long time. And we stuck with it, and somehow we got there.
How cool, man. How cool is that? What other movies were you mimicking there, Johnny? Besides, you said Karate Kid. I'm on board now. What else you got?
I seriously hope I can find these, but we did a version of The Matrix.
Yes.
Which was, you know, had to be done. I was obsessed with that movie when it came out. And I remember, you know, the first time it came out on DVD and it had all the extras and stuff. And just in awe of the process of how that movie was made. Obviously, it's just, you know, one of the all-time greatest movies. But just the, I guess, groundbreaking, you know, techniques and stuff to, you know, the bullet time and etc. just, you know, blew me away. But yeah, we kind of borrowed my dad's 80s long trench coat.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Were you breaking down the fight choreography moves?
No, it wasn't that elaborate. But it's somewhere in the archives. But yeah, it was kind of a 10-minute version of it. Poorly acted as well.
Bjorn, I think it's time to bust it out, man. We need to find the tapes.
Oh, I mean, I'd love to see those.
Social media, let's go.
I would love to see those tapes. I really would. It's nice. It's nice, you know, knowing that. I suppose it was in us from the beginning.
Right.
Like anyone, you're always trying to find your way, aren't you? Mm-hmm. But like Johnny said, we started really honing our craft in music videos, and we worked with some amazing artists here in the UK. And actually, we traveled a little bit, you know, into Europe and stuff. Made some great music videos, and then I guess in the natural path usually is into commercials, and started doing that.
Yeah.
And then really the goal is to make films, to tell stories on a larger scale.
Yeah.
And truthfully, with this film, we weren't really trying to make this film. It just happened so organically. I wrote this script and it just found its way through the ether to people, and there was a bit of a demand for it. That's the beauty of fate, I guess. It takes you where it takes you.
How cool is that, man? Yeah, it was destiny. Made. That's right. But there was a couple of projects you guys were a part of before. You want to briefly talk about this one?
Yeah, Fred. This was massive to us. This was massive to us, and still is in so many ways. So Fred is essentially about the Titanic, and it's about a guy called Frederick Fleet, who was one of the lookouts. He was the guy that spotted the iceberg in 1912 on the Titanic, and he actually survived. He managed to get into Lifeboat 6 with a few famous people, the famous Molly Brown and Robert Hitchens, the quartermaster, and they rode to safety. And Fred survived as a newspaper seller to the age of about 77, I think that's right, and he took his own life in his old age. And it was just really interesting, the fact that, and he actually left a suicide note basically talking about the Titanic and how that affected him all these years. So we kind of caught wind of this. Actually, Johnny watched his documentary, and 5 or 6 years ago said to me, I've seen this documentary. It's amazing. It's about the Titanic. We love kind of period things like this, historical stuff. And we were just like obsessed with Fred and his life. And there was so much material there to read about him. And there was like things from like police records, doctors, loads of testimonies, court records, the inquest that they had, a few months after the Titanic went down. And we made this short film basically about the final day of Fred's life. But we've actually got like a 3-part miniseries that we've written. Well, we've written the first episode.
Okay. Called
The Lookout. And that's actually, I'm kind of giving away big spoilers here, but I mean, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
It's a story we're so attached to and feel so a part of, and yeah, we'd love to tell that in a longer and larger way. But John, have I missed anything?
Did you watch it, Preston, or are you just bringing it up on the?
No, I just wanted to bring it up. I was curious about it.
I was actually curious to see what you think. It's very short. It's only 6 minutes long.
Is it on YouTube?
It's on YouTube. Yeah, I think it's on Leto, which is just
like a short film YouTube. It's online.
Yeah, but
I got to check it out. Yeah, I'm really intrigued now that I know what it's about.
We started this process during COVID. Actually, shouldn't say that word, but yeah, we started this process. We had a lot of downtime and kind of dug into it all. We tried to raise some money because the script we actually pulled together was a lot longer than the actual short film, and
wow,
we tried to raise about 40 grand for it, £40,000, and I think we only raised about 22 in the end. But obviously, if you don't get to your limit, you don't get any of it, right, on Kickstarter.
Gotcha.
So we actually didn't end up getting any of the money, and then I think we ended up putting like 10 grand of our own money in to make just the last few pages of the original short film we made, script we wrote, and we blasted it out, shot it on 16mm, and it became this little cult 6-minute short film, but it's just such a small fraction of the trauma this man went through.
Yeah, man, I'm really, really intrigued. I definitely got to check that out for sure. And this project here, what's this one?
God, this is a real throwback. This is the beauty of of the internet these days. You can't hide behind anything, can you? This was, this was the first short we ever did that, I mean, circulated somewhere and a few places, but it's there to stay. But it was just what was it, John? It was about a hitman. It's about two grandkids that find the diary of their granddad and they find out he was a hitman. It's actually quite a cool concept.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it was the first thing we ever made, like with, you know, and when I say no money, I mean no money.
Yeah.
It was based.
We just put up a
It
camera.
was one step removed from Johnny in his garden when he was a kid with his.
It really was. But it was. I think we just bought like a little DSLR, you know, camera and a few lens stuff, and we're just trying to get into it. Obviously massive amounts of passion and dedication, but like not a great deal of skill originally, you know. So just like we kind of pulled this thing together real quick, got some friends of ours to act in it. And we made this thing, and we made it, and we thought, shit, we're going to be massive. This is it. This is
maybe we've made it.
We made it.
Hey, you're getting your feet dirty. You're wetting your whistle. You're being creative. You got to start somewhere. There's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. One more. I got one more. Boom. What's this one?
Journey, man.
Who's that handsome guy on there? Who's that?
That's Bjorn France. That's, I tell you what, okay, there's parallels with this and Salvable. So that was kind of like a boxing film that I wrote with a friend of mine called Jesse Roth, a dear friend. And again, I boxed as an amateur when I was younger, so I kind of have a background in boxing. And just as you do when you're trying to make stuff, you don't want to wait for the phone to ring. You just kind of want to do it. So it was like, write about what you know. And it was basically, I can't even remember the concept, but the poster didn't look too bad. And it was another thing that we made that we just put out and we just did. And you at that point, you're just making stuff. You don't care about who's in it, what the deal is. You're just trying to make stuff. And actually that's, if I could give advice to young filmmakers, it would be exactly that. Johnny and I didn't go to film school. There was nothing conventional about the way that we learned this trade. It was literally buying cameras, going out and making mistakes and just shooting until you find something that's half decent, and then you get a bit of inspiration to go again, right? But yeah, I suppose, you know, boxing element there with Journeyman into Salvable. I didn't sit down, and I'm not trying to segue into Salvable here, but I didn't sit down to write a boxing film with Salvable. That really wasn't it. I don't know if anyone sits down unless they're really being paid commission to write a script, to write one specific thing. It's just, you know, you creative writing, you're creating characters and they become who they become, you know.
Yeah.
Well
said. Well, I got to ask you now before we get to Salvable, boxing movies. I think everyone out there is a huge fan of boxing movies. I mean, look, I got the Clubber Lane shirt on, son. What's some of your favorite boxing movies? We'll start with Johnny.
Listen, I was, again, the classic Rockies for me growing up. You know, it was you know, probably Rocky 3, Rocky 4 was the ultimate. But then as you grow through the ages and rewatch them, you realize that, you know, the Rocky one is up there with greatest boxing movies of all time, you know.
Of course. Oh yeah. What about you, Bjorn?
Yeah, like Johnny said, look, of course Rocky, of course. But there's been some great recent boxing films as well. I really, you know, I love The Fighter with Christian Bale.
Yes.
I thought it was amazing. You can see my son in the background here. Sorry.
No, he's waving. Sorry.
I'm going to go here because he's not going to stop. He's going to love it.
He's going to take over the show, man. He's going to take over.
He loves the limelight. You know, The Fighter with Christian Bale was amazing. There was a smaller film with Miles Teller called Bleed for This, which I really enjoyed. I mean, going back for The Boxer, Daniel Day-Lewis. A classic. Things, there's so many boxing films.
Raging Bull,
oh my god, there you go. I forgot the moment. The one, Raging Bull. But it's been done. It's been done a lot, right? It's very hard to reinvent the wheel with that. But I suppose there's a demand for it because we all love it, right? We love that underdog story.
Yeah.
But you know,
I mean, go ahead, Johnny.
No, it's just like, I know the film was marketed as a boxing movie, but it never was intended to be a boxing. Boxing backdrop of the movie. You know, the core theme of the movie is it's a character study. You know, it's about Sal. It's about Sal's trials and tribulations.
Yes. No, well said.
I
Yeah.
always joke. I always used to say to like people that were involved, it's the anti-boxing film. That's the
I was
whole
gonna
point.
say, yeah, you
Like,
beat me to it. I was gonna say this is very anti-Hollywood
yeah,
style of
Oh,
boxing
that's it.
movie,
yeah, and very
which is what I like. Which is what I like about it.
same for us. Purposely so. We took massive inspiration from films like The Wrestler, Mickey Rourke, British filmmaker called Shane Meadows. But yeah, it's the anti-boxing film. It's the whole point is to set it against the backdrop of boxing, like Johnny said. But really, that's not what it's about. I love that thing where they say, you know, it's never what it's about. It's always about something else. And it's kind of like this. This is really about what it means to be a father.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And him not just fighting opponents, he's fighting himself. He's fighting his inner
Exactly.
demons.
Yeah.
You know, and it's very. I know you said earlier, you know, there's so many boxing movies out there. It's hard to reinvent the wheel, but I think you guys kind of did in a way because this felt so. I mean, it's cool to see the boxing and the fights and stuff. That's what brought me to the dance. But I got a little bit more than that. Actually, I got a lot more than that when I watched Salvable, man, because it felt so real and gritty and dark, and it didn't feel like your typical Hollywood underdog boxing movie. You know, it was such a breath of fresh air. You know, depressing breath of fresh air. That's good. That's a good.
Yeah, we wanted it again. We wanted that. We wanted it to feel like bleak and dark and heavy. Heavy was a word we kept coming back to. Charged. It feels like a very charged film. It's not supposed to be a happy ending. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, and I'm not giving anything away there. Like, we always just kept saying this phrase. We didn't want to like package it up and put a bow on it at the end. It was like that's not real life. Sometimes things don't work out, and you just have to go. It didn't work out. Find a way to get back up, and move on and go again. And it's kind of that. Like, it's a very British working class mentality. Johnny and I come from very middle England towns, like where the town in the film is called Still, and it's basically where me and Johnny grew up. We didn't actually grow up on the coast. I wanted to set it on the coast because that somehow made it feel even more desolate. But it's kind of where we grew up and what we know.
Yeah, copy that. Just well done, man. I really, really, really enjoyed it. So for the audience watching right now, let's have some fun. Let's do this reaction video style. I'm going to bring up the trailer. We can all watch it together. Give me a second here. And we got to show the trailer for everybody watching. Give me 1 second here. Here we go. Just give me a second here. Trying to bring it up. Technology.
It's working.
There we go. It's trying to make it bigger, but I don't see the square here. Usually there's a square to make it bigger. That's weird. That's fine. All right, reaction video style. Let's go ahead and do this. Salvable trailer number 2. I actually have not seen this trailer. Let's check it out.
When did you get out?
A few months ago. You know me. Always had me ways. Well, everybody said you're still throwing punches, so when I come speak to believe it. Got a few things going, I can help you.
It's over when a man says no more. Fight.
When all is
Said, I'm done. Get it off me.
swapped for a loving bond.
Who's this?
That's Molly, my daughter.
Happy birthday.
You know, if I did move away, you could come live with me.
You're a fucking stranger to me.
Forgive me.
And I'm not going to let you undo all my hard work because you fancy being a dad for 5 minutes.
Well, you can't fucking take her away from me, so...
I think you'll find I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can't give me any help.
You're a fucking bull. So, hey, you're the bull. No matter what you got going on here, it don't change. It don't never change. We don't change. People like us don't change.
Last time you got mixed out with that prick, you nearly lost everything.
I got something for us.
After this fight ends today, let that be the fucking end of it.
Go and live your life. Pretend you don't have a daughter.
Let me explain to you. You are not the star here.
I'm tired of being a punchback. You had a daughter and all that, remember? I need to get her out of this fucking town, Vince.
Stay still like a sleeper in the sand. Stay silent like the dead pipe bomb. You're redundant by a trees. It's hard to bottle my rage. Stay still like a sleeper in the sand. Stay silent like the violent plant. Made angry by the poison douche. It's hard to bottle my rage.
Hey, Salvable.
Man, were you guys able to see that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you did a little bit.
Okay. I just want to make sure you're able to see that. Man, this trailer's way better.
Yeah.
It's way better trailer. Yeah, I still don't know why I'm having issues blowing it up. So let me try something here. Phenomenal trailer. Oh, we're all the way from Germany. Nina Lusik is watching. What's up, Nina? Thanks for chiming in and watching us, man. Appreciate that. But yeah, powerful movie, powerful performances, powerful trailer. And I read a lot of comments and reviews and stuff, and people, that's like the main thing. People are like, dude, the performances are what's really drew us in to this movie, man. So good, so good. So let me try to see if I can bring it up again this time. Let's try it again here. It's so strange. Usually there's a way I can blow it up, but that's all right. YouTube's being stupid right now, but that's fine as long as we could see it. But yeah, by all means, let's watch it again and give you some feedback, commentary, behind the scenes. Bjorn, how long did it take to make the movie?
So how long did it take to make the film? We were on set in Wales for about 5-6 weeks, give or take. So yeah, it was pretty intense.
Wow.
We didn't have loads of time. Sometimes we were shooting 7 pages a day. This was a fun scene. I mean, we were going through all of it here, but the changing room scene. This was like, if you pause this here, this is a really good scene. We really just blocked this out. Like, obviously, this is in the script and very specific, but how Shire came in and how he interacted with Toby. We had an amazing production designer, Sabrina Linder, and our amazing DP, Simon Plunkett, just did a fantastic job here. And Sabrina brought this mirror in, and we were like, this is great. We can kind of shoot a 2-shot here without cutting around it and just pulling focus between Toby and Shire. And to be fair, there was a version where we were just going to stay in this whole shot for this whole scene.
Yeah.
And then we were like, no, okay, there's lots of other options here, but there's so I just really love this frame.
There's also a lion mural behind Shire, which was quite apt at the time because we that was kind of how we wanted him to be perceived. And that from another great production design note was just, you know, little touches like that, just adding extra layers to the scene.
We just never bloody shot the wide, so you can never see it.
Yeah, this was a great scene, but it's kind of funny because at first, just for a split second, at first I was like, Shia LaBeouf's in his head. Shia LaBeouf's not real.
Yeah.
For like 1 second, just 1 second.
Yeah.
He shows up and he does this with his like the horns. I was like, we got a fight club going on a little bit.
Yeah,
it's in his head, you know. But I was just goofing around there. But that's what I thought about for like 1 second.
Yeah.
But yeah, great scene right here, you know. And you could tell they had such a great friendship ever since they were kids. They were both young boxers, you know. But
yeah, they had Toby and Shire have got a good friendship off screen as well. And known each other. That's how this came about. Toby actually knew Shire, and we were chatting to options for the character Vince, and nobody was quite right. And Toby mentioned Shire. He actually texted me and said, "What do you think about Shire?" And I was like, "Shire's amazing. Like we love him, of course, but like is he going to want to come and do this little film in the UK?" And he was like, "Well, I've known him for 10 years. We've been trying to work together for a long time. I think he'll love this script." And I was just like, "Send in the script." And then I got a screenshot of Shire's message a few days later from Toby, and it said the script is fire. I'm in, and that was it. And then Shire that was it. He was on board.
Yeah, he was really good in the movie. Both of them, great chemistry.
Yeah.
But we got the OG legend, James.
Yeah.
James is in here, man. That guy's great. And this is probably my favorite fight in the movie, because this whole sequence from beginning during the middle of it and the ending of it was so intense, man.
Yeah.
It's really, because you had no idea what was actually going to happen.
Yeah.
Well,
we shot that whole build up in just one take. I don't know if that's something you actually noticed, because the camera works so good. But the actual build up to the fight, I think this is the angle where it breaks from the one take. The whole build up for the like 4 or 5 minutes or whatever it is just a single take. And Simon, our DP, you know, we rehearsed this scene all morning, and he just followed the action incredibly well, and it just managed to scale that intensity by just having that one take and that not being able to cut away from the action. So you're always within this kind of, you know, cooker.
Yeah, this was really, really, really intense, because you literally had no idea what was going to happen with the guys on the side watching. You know, was somebody going to pull a gun out? What was, you know? Yeah. Even Toby's character said, you know, Sal, he's like, there's a machete over there.
Yeah. Well, that scene, I don't know, good reference. Actually, might be worth talking through that, because it's a great reference from a documentary on YouTube.
There was basically this whole scene, what you see here, there was a documentary made, I think it was 2010, and it was called Knuckle. You'll find it on YouTube, and I think it aired on Channel 4 in the UK. And it was basically about a filmmaker that followed a traveling community over the course of 10 years. And he would go back every few months and film, and he would film like their daily lives. There was a guy called, John Quinn. And he was a bare knuckle fighter, and they used to follow him, and he would go and, you know, do these little fights, and they were never like these big spectacles. It was literally like a group of travelers would drive out to a field, meet the other group, exchange the money, and just have this fight, and then that was it. But it was like high stakes, seriously scary, seriously threatening, and I kind of. I lifted that, like this scene from a scene in Knuckle where it was a similar sort of thing. A load of travelers just met this kind of space and had it out. And I just always thought that would be an amazing, tense moment in a film, and it found its way into Salvable.
Oh yeah, and it was intense. And especially when, you know, you have Buff's character Vince.
Yeah.
Pretty much, you know, throughout the whole movie, he's pretty much acting like he's in control. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Then it just goes off the rails with this scene right here, man. So, good stuff. And, you know, again, congratulations to both of you for this being your, you know, debut.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, congratulations. I mean, if this movie is your debut, I can't wait to see the next one.
Hopefully you won't have to wait too long, Preston.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Nice.
Yeah, we're working on stuff, but yeah, we're really proud of this. It's you spend a lot of time making stuff, right? And not often when the thing is made is it what you set out to make, because it changes. It can change in so many different ways. This is one of the few things that this was the film we were trying to make. This was exactly it. Like it was perfect for where we were and where we are, and we can honestly stand behind this. Very tall and very proud of the people that we worked with, the performances that we captured, and the story that we told.
Yes, and she did a great job too.
She's incredible. Yeah, Keela, she's I think she's in the new. She's one of the leads in the new Conjuring movie that's coming out soon.
Really?
Yeah, She's incredible, so professional as well, and such a lovely person to work with.
Keela Lord Cassidy, she's going to be a big name in the future for certain.
Nice. Sure. Well, congrats to her.
And
that's her mum, Elaine Cassidy, in real life, who plays Toby's wife. She's also a powerhouse of an actor. She's fantastic, and we really deeply connected with her, and she brought so much to the table for this film.
Yeah.
Again, everything felt real. Like
these what's
stop
great about
fucking coming around. All right, you fucked up our lives.
Yeah,
get the fuck out of here. I'm calling the police. Go and call the police. I'll take them out. Oh, you're really calling the police? All right, fuck you. It's really realistic.
They invest so much in these characters, you know, and what's great is when they go to hash out in some of these scenes.
Yeah.
That they know their character story so well, it's hard for them to actually just stick to, you know, an argument in a script, because they know where they need to go. They know point A to point B, and actually just to be like, just get involved, get messy. Just if you need to improvise, if you want to, you know, take it away, just do it. And and
it felt natural.
You find some great magic when you work with great actors, because they also bring incredible ideas to the table.
We gave them lots of freedom. Obviously, the script's really important. You need that. That's like Johnny said, it gets you from A to B. But we constantly would tell our actors, like, be free. Like, if you want to leave a line, if you want to carry one over, if you want to add one, if you want to save one, like, bring it. Like, let's see it. Like, we'll know if it feels good. We'll know if it doesn't feel good. And I mean, Toby led from the front with this. He was just fantastic. He's a fantastic improviser, and he does it in such a way where he still stays really true to the script, but he just tweaks little things and adds little bits and takes bits away. And it's, as they say, all great actors are great writers, and it's very true with this.
Yes. Well, I mean, Toby's a fantastic actor. I've been a fan of his since Dead Man's Shoes.
Yeah.
That was really my introduction to him. And I was just like, this guy.
Yeah.
Watch out for this guy. But this scene right here, another great scene with Vince, is like, we don't change.
Yeah.
We don't change. So good.
Like,
and Neenan says to put me in your next movie.
Hey. Thank you, mate. We appreciate the support.
Thanks for the plug. I can't do an accent, though. I have to talk normal. I would butcher a British accent. But yeah, back to this. And then there were as youngins there. But yeah, just so good, so powerful. There he goes. We don't change, man. Guys like us don't change.
Shy is just amazing. He's another one like.
We you know, actually what's so great about that, Preston, is like, because there is quite a bit of improvisation in the scenes, and it leans into the way we often shoot movies. We often shoot movies without filming many takes, without filming many angles, you know, and it lets us play a little bit more. So, like, for example, this scene, I think we shot this actual scene here in one take.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, without the camera cutting. Again, the camera just follows them outside, and it's just.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, it's just, well, this is the fluidity of the camera movement.
Yeah,
it keeps you constantly involved. It doesn't take you out. It doesn't cut to a wide. It doesn't cut to two mediums or whatever. You know, we stay involved. So we stay in a two shot. Then as Shia pulls away, you know, instinctively Simon, our DP, follows Shia, and then he comes back to Toby for the reaction. And it works so well because it feels a little messy sometimes, and actually you miss the line, but what you get is the reaction, and that fluidity of the camera. It just feels so organic, and that's what makes it feel so real. So you can then improvise more because we do have a script supervisor on set, and if we change lines, it's all monitored, and that's fine. But when you haven't got a lot of time on set, you know, you haven't got a lot of money, you've got to be very streamlined with this stuff. So actually leading into that one take style and letting them play really worked for this film,
which made it feel more real.
So,
and James's character is just like, come on, man.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah, this was Toby's first scene with James here.
Oh,
it's quite interesting because Toby, it was the first time in the movie. I think this was like halfway through the schedule. and Toby's first scene with James, and James turns around and gives him a big telling off in this scene. And it was the first time Toby was a bit struck and like glitched his lines a little bit. And he was like, fucking hell. He's like, you want to pull the camera around and see James. It's like, it's a moment here.
Well, Toby basically said, like, Toby never forgot his lines. He just knew his lines all the time. It was amazing. And we're doing the scene with James, and Toby just froze. And we're like, what's up? He said, oh, sorry, I was just totally captivated. I was just watching James. I forgot to. We were all doing exactly the same thing. Like, there's just something about when you put a camera on James.
Yeah.
I'm not just saying, like, we worked with some amazing actors, but there's something about James where the energy shifted and everybody knew.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's again someone that we'd love to keep working with.
Braveheart, man, Braveheart.
So I had that poster on my bedroom wall for so many years. So getting to work with James on this was just, oh my God, it was a dream. And he was a lovely man as well. Beautiful energy, great person to work with.
I think Toby was the reason I started watching Black Mirror too. It was his episode.
It's the best episode, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the best one.
Yeah, for sure. And where'd you get this gentleman here, Boxing Toby?
This is a lovely guy that our fabulous casting director, Ashley Knight, found. He's based here in London. He was an ex-boxer. And
he's huge.
Yeah, hadn't really done a lot of acting, or if any, really. But we saw some videos of him online, and we're like, you're perfect. And again, he was a great dance partner for Toby. They gelled really well. Obviously the scene's relatively short, but that's days on set. It's a lot of rehearsal time, and he was also
he did great. Yeah, I like the internal boxing scenes right here. Where he's reacting to nothing in front of him. I like that, showing the mental games he's still struggling with.
That's exactly it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you nailed it. I think both you guys nailed it, guy. This is the anti-boxing movie.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
It's exactly
it gets when it needs to get intense, it gets intense.
Yeah. We're really pleased with what we came out with.
There he is.
Yeah.
James. Shout out to James, man.
Yeah, James Cosmo, Watcher of the Wall. Lord Commander.
But the cinematography is great in this movie too, man.
Yeah. It's
even though it's a very bleak, dark movie.
Yeah,
it's still kind of beautiful in a way.
Again, like it was, we would have loved to have shot this on film, but sadly, just the budget and the time just didn't allow us to do it. So it was just one of those things where Simon managed to like compress a lot on camera and wanted to achieve that sort of look, and working with Jamie Walsh, the colorist. We kind of pushed it and pulled it and tore it apart a bit and threw a load of grain on it and added nice halation and things and kind of got somewhere close.
Yeah, we were always looking at, like I mentioned, the Wrestler by Mickey Rourke, Darren. That was a real big reference for us. That was shot on 16mm. But it just, you're always following the action, very raw, very gritty. It's okay if someone falls into shadow.
Mm-hmm.
kind of
just, we were really following that ethos.
Yeah. I think the other bit of trivia here, I think Simon's lighting budget was less than he would have on a one-day commercial, on a one-day commercial shoot. So he had to really be smart with the, you know, the van of lights we had and the kit we had.
But that shows how good he is. Do you know what I mean? Such little.
A real test of what he did.
Yeah, he did an amazing job. And Simon's one of our, like, you know, as we joke and we say he's in the starting 11 with Johnny and I. He's part of the team long term. We've been working with Simon on music videos, on commercials, and he'll be on our next one. And
nice. Yeah.
Long may that relationship continue.
Nice. Yeah, I enjoyed the soundtrack of the movie too. It fit perfect.
Yeah, well, David Keenan was so going back to what we talked about at the start of the podcast. You know, David Keenan was one of the artists we loved and ended up shooting a live music video for way back then, like 7, 8, 9 years ago, and we just had this incredible connection to this guy and his music, and it just felt so authentic and real and earthy, and we kind of brought him back for the film, and he was just like, up for the challenge and wrote some incredible songs for the movie.
Right. There's a question here Neenan has. He says, your decision to film the actors so close, was that to make it more intense, or is that just how it looks in the trailer?
I mean, a bit of both. I think it's probably how it looks in the trailer, but also like there's something about the claustrophobia. We wanted it to feel like you like we wanted you to be there.
Right.
We had this thing where we said we always want to feel like we're on Sal's shoulder. The camera is always with him.
Yeah.
So you're seeing it from his point of view.
Yeah, we said you don't really want to feel like an observer from afar. You want to be in the action, and that goes, with why we didn't cut the camera that many times. We didn't change the angle that many times because we wanted you to feel part of that action. But yeah, we shot a lot of mediums, a lot of tights in this film. But in the movie itself, there's wides in there just to establish the world and things. But there's also an element of from a budget perspective, you also have to fill way more of the frame if you start shooting a lot wider. And again, time, money, production design, and to be fair, a production designer tend to dress pretty much 360 a lot of the time, so we could have that freedom with the actors. But I think more than anything, it was just the theme of the film. We just wanted to be with Sal. That's the thing.
Yeah, well said. Yeah, well done. And like you guys said, it's the anti-boxing movie. This is not not a martial arts action movie where where usually guys like me, like we want to see everything because it's a martial arts action movie. This is not that type of genre. Yeah, it's a drama. It's a drama. Did you find
the fight scenes, Preston? I know you're into that. What did you think? How did you rate the fight scenes?
Well, like I said, this one right here this one's my favorite because it's the most intense. It just gets more brutal, man. Yeah, probably the bare knuckle one is my favorite. Yeah, that's my favorite one.
There's a few punches in that bare knuckle fight that actually hit Tom Lee, the actor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a couple of connects in the actual film. So which we got away with that.
But you know what my favorite part of the fight was Toby headbutting the fist. Breaking the knuckles. That was great.
Yeah.
That was great. I was like, oh shit. Well, it was payback. He bit his ear, man.
Yeah, true.
It was payback. But yeah, still though, overall, a wonderful story, a very realistic feeling tale, and life, man. Life is rough.
Exactly.
And you got to do what you can to get through it. Yeah. And there's so many redemption stories out there, and there's a theme of redemption in here, but there's a lot of themes. There's a lot of different themes all rolled up into one in this movie. But yeah, phenomenal job, gentlemen. Very well done. Hey, what? That movie scratched the storytelling itch, baby. You will remember Salvable when you get done watching it. Trust me. So. But yeah, man, congratulations. Can't say anything yet on your next movie, or you have to come back later for that.
I think we're going to come back later for that. We'll come back and see
off the record when we're done live here. Off the record, you can give me some help.
Sure.
I'll keep quiet.
You'll be surprised.
But yeah, phenomenal job, you guys, especially for your first movie. Just absolutely phenomenal. And a lot of filmmakers that I respect, and indie filmmakers too, that I respect, and I've had them on the show, and I've enjoyed their work. Even their first films, their low budget indie films, I enjoyed their work. A lot of the times, they love movies, and for their first movie they'll throw in everything that they love.
Yeah.
Right. Like I remember, like this is homaging this movie, and this is homaging this movie, and it's fun to watch, but it's nice to see. You guys come up with something for your first movie. Like easily Johnny could have threw in some Karate Kid stuff. He could have threw in some Matrix reference.
Exactly, yeah.
But you guys were like, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that with ours. We're gonna tell a story with some very deep, memorable characters, you know. And I respect that.
Thank
I respect
you, man.
that, because a lot of times that happens. Like, hey, we're only gonna make. I may have chance to only make one movie. Fuck
Yeah.
it, I'm throwing in every reference of all my favorite movies, and you know it's fun, but you know it's nice to see something a little different, and that's what I appreciate for Salvable, man. Hey, this was a blast. I could talk about movies with these guys all day. All right, but before we wrap it up, Johnny, I'm gonna have to let these guys go because they got filmmaking to do, son. Johnny, anything you'd like to say to your followers before we wrap it up?
Oh, hey, thanks so much for tuning in and listening, and hopefully there was some sort of insight in there for some people out there, and hopefully it's useful.
All right, Bjorn, anything to say to your followers?
Thank you for giving us your time. If you're a young filmmaker, go out there and do it. Just make it. You can make it happen. You really can. Look at us.
There you go. There you go, guys. All you young up-and-coming filmmakers out there. That's right. Follow the path. That's right. All right, guys. Click on the links in the description box below of this video so you can follow Johnny and Bjorn on social media. Continue to follow them on their filmmaking journey. And hey, if you enjoyed yourself here on the old Samurai Guys channel, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Continue to follow the Movie Dojo podcast right here on YouTube and on Spotify. And I'll see all you guys, all you movie lovers out there, on the next one. Take care, guys. Keep fighting, keep punching, Apollo.
Thanks.
Don't you guys go anywhere, but I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.
See you.